Black hole sun, won't you come?
Hey guys, it's Ruben. Welcome back to the second part of this video lesson. Make them say, a little guide to help with nasalized vowels in Portuguese if you speak English natively. Now, if you haven't watched the first part, I'd suggest going back and getting a nice intro, since in this video, we'll give you some more complex insight into these tricky vowel sounds. And of course, fun tips, tricks, amazing things to make it easier and more fun. So let's get right down to business. Now comes the moment you've all been waiting for. How to pronounce a, o, chu at the end of a word. A, o, a, o, chu. I'll try my best to make it easier, but it will really help if you were an alternative music lover in the 90s. No, I'm just playing, but you do need to remember this band name, Soundgarden. You guys remember this band? Soundgarden. If not, no worries, but it's a great sound to practice this nasalized suffix. Because, for example, taking this Portuguese word, sound, sounds exactly like the first 6 letters of this band's name. Soundgarden. By the way, remember to say these words quickly and naturally. If you're thinking sound garden, this won't really help, but Soundgarden, sound. So yeah, sound and this sound can come after almost any consonant to form a word. For example, we got pão, pão garden, cão, cão garden, tão, não, são, mão, vão, and even chão. You'll also see this suffix on many words that in English end with S-I-O-N or T-I-O-N, and they're pronounced as either zão or são. Examples here: extensão, extensão, tensão, missão, missão, divisão, divisão. And with C cedilha, we have intenção, intenção, atenção, atenção, and relação, relação garden, relação. Now that we know how to pronounce ão, it's important that you know how to say 2 of those things, meaning how to pluralize it. In Portuguese, we have 3 different plural patterns for ão, and I'm going to explain them here right now. I'll relate these to English, but if you're a Spanish speaker, this will be especially interesting because you will be able to make some easy connections with that other language. I'll start here with ão, that represents most words that in Spanish end in on, or sion, on, and this will also be the suffix that we use for translations of English words that end in tion or sometimes sion. Because of that, you'll see that this is by far the most common plural, and it's pronounced oins. Oins. I think the closest word in English that will guide you is the sound a pig makes. A pig oinks, oinks. The less K, the better, though. The K sound is just a guide to nasalize the vowel. So if you can make that same sound with a subtle K, you're definitely pretty close, if not right on the money. Oinks. A couple words for practice. Expressão becomes expressões. Expressões. Sonhos. Next is limão, which becomes limões. Limão, limões. Avião, avião garden, avião. And 2 planes would be aviões. Aviões. Next up is a plural for Spanish words that usually end in an, and the plural is pronounced ães. Ães. Or like this made-up plural, eins, eins. But say it quickly as if it were 1 syllable, eins, eins. This will help you with the plurals for bread and German things. Pão becomes pães, pão, pães, and alemão changes to alemães, alemão, alemães. Finally, we have the lesser common plural for Spanish words ending in ano, like hermano. The easy thing about this one is that there's no new sound. It's just as if it were a regular plural, just add s. So, irmão, irmãos. Or as they say in Uberaba, irmão, irmãos. Irmão, irmãos. And lastly, mão just adds an s. Mão, mãos. Mão, mãos. Keeping with a similar trend, I know that oftentimes verbs that end in am give us trouble, so I want to take a second to explain a tricky exception. I mentioned that am sounds like ung or in the first video, But simply put, if the verb ends with the two letters am, pronounce it like a soft ao chiu, like a soft ao. This will occur with most AR verbs in the they form. Since it's not emphasized, it's often hard to hear others really clearly. So here are a few examples that I think are pretty common. Falam, falam, Soundgarden, falam. Amam, here we have two nasals. The first am is not but it's like in, make them say amam, amam. And the second is just like mão, as in hand. Amam, Soundgarden, amam. Last is ajudam, 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 down. And of course, a reminder to never close your lips all the way. I hope you got that by now. Now let's get some practice hearing the differences between nasals and non-nasals. Yeah? These words are pronounced exactly the same, minus the nasal vowel. Feel free to repeat these words after me to get some repetition. I'll repeat each word twice before moving on to the next. Mau, mau, mão, mão. Sei, sei, sem, sem. Mais, mais, mães, mães. Pau, pau, pão, pão. This is an especially important pair because of the slang word pau. I'm sure you may have already heard jokes or made jokes about pão de queijo, because if you don't nasalize the vowel, you're not exactly ordering cheese bread. But anyway, last ones. Capital is pronounced capital, capital, and capitão, capitão, meaning captain. And they're plurals, capitals and captains, capitais, capitais, and capitães, capitães. If you got these, you're definitely ready for these practice sentences. Now, normally I don't think tongue twisters are the best pronunciation practices, since most natives even struggle with them, but I do like to practice repetition in the non-confusing, more natural way. So I think the following are pretty natural sentences that mostly make sense and that contain a ton of nasals, most importantly. So see if you can pronounce them. The first one. Minha mãe comprou pão de queijo ontem. Minha mãe comprou pão de queijo ontem. Let's look at all these nasalized vowels. Minha mãe com pão ontem. Minha mãe comprou pão de queijo ontem. Second, we have as lições não são tão ruins. As lições não são tão ruins. Every word here but the first is nasalized. Lições não são tão ruins. Every single one of them, minus as. As lições não são tão ruins. And lastly, eles gostam de maçã com amendoim. 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 And that's pretty much it. If you have difficulty with some of these words or get freaked out when you see a long word, my pro tip to you is just to take it one syllable at a time. Break up the word and practice it part by part, like you see in this word here. Constituição. Constituição. Just break it up. That's it for now. Keep practicing, and remember, accents speak louder than words. I'll see you next time.